Hey everybody, in this video, we're gonna learn how to set up a cluster in AWS. And the cool thing is it's the same exact way in Azure. It's literally just one command. But really quick before we do that, we're just gonna make sure we have the right credentials that we're gonna need. So in AWS, for example, if I go to IAM and I click on one of the users here and I go to security credentials, I have the ability to create an access key with a secret key. And that's what you can use, well, one of the methods that you can use to log in to AWS via Codiac. And then once you do that, what you're going to be able to do is if I run something like Codiac knock cluster create, I'll have two options here. So it's either going to be Azure or AWS. And again, the configuration, the command, everything is the same. The only difference is going to be what cloud it's in and what options you have. So if I click AWS, notice here how it says continue in AWS with these credentials. That's because I've already configured my credentials. So I can say why, or if you don't already have this, it'll ask you to input the access key and secret key. So the first thing is set up a cluster name. So let's maybe call it test ML9292. And then I'm going to get prompted with the geography. So what region I want to go in. We'll choose US East, a couple of AZs. I'll choose North Virginia. And then I have this option to create the subnet. So I'm going to choose auto create. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a subnet for me. And then I have a node type here. So I'm going to click N because I want to choose my node type. And notice here how I can just scroll through and choose, whatever node type I want. In this case, I'll just go ahead and I'll do A1 large. Node count, this is going to be the worker node count. So the default is 2. I'll go ahead, I'll put in 3. Kubernetes version, default is 1.24. If I click N here, I can see a couple of different versions to choose from. The newest is 1.29. And then just like that, I am ready to create a cluster. So it's pretty straightforward. I can see the summary of my output here. So then all you have to do is click Y, enter, and that's it. Your cluster will come up. You'll be able to go to the AWS dashboard and see the cluster in there. And again, same thing for Azure. You have one command. It's vendor neutral. The options are, of course, going to be different. Like, for example, the provider is going to be Azure, not AWS. The region name is going to look a little bit different. Instead of US East 1, it's going to say, I think it's East US or US East. But other than that, the process is totally the same.